Good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your 8 p.m. news and weather. Let's get started. First up, Salem toddler accidentally run over by 7-year-old sister, police say. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
I have to get used to this. The classroom chairs are not this comfortable. And how come the bus doesn't have heated seats? Mom always said there's room for improvement. I disagree.
During our back-to-school sales event, get 0% financing for lease new 2016 Passat, only $149 a month.
What are you doing?
Mom, can we take this one?
It is nice.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Caller states her 7-year-old daughter, I believe, ran over her 2-year-old daughter with the vehicle.
Salem police have released this 911 call made yesterday by the mother of 2 young children. Police say she had given her car keys to the oldest child, who was just 7 years old.
Apparently the mother had given the 7-year-old keys to go outside and start her vehicle, which was a 2003 Ford Focus. In doing so, when the girl started the vehicle, she was also able to somehow manipulate it into gear. Vehicle went into reverse, backing over the 2-year-old daughter who had followed the 7-year-old outside.
Salem police say it happened here at 75 South Policy Street, apartment number 1, around 6:30 Tuesday afternoon. Police say the mother of the children was inside when the toddler was run over, but ran into the parking lot when she heard the 7-year-old screaming for help.
Mother went outside, according to officers, as well as one of the neighbors. They were able to pick up the 2-year-old, and they also were able to call 911. The Salem Fire Department as well as the Salem Police Department responded.
Police say the car ran over the child's legs, causing some broken bones as well as injuries to her chin, scalp, and some bruising on the side of her body. She was ultimately med-flighted to Boston Children's Hospital with what are being called non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they are still investigating, adding this is something children should never be allowed to do.
They are inquisitive. It might be something that they ask their parents to do, but to let them go out there and do it unsupervised on a piece of equipment that is as heavy and as dangerous as a motor vehicle, it's just not good common sense.
Salem police say they are also working with the Division of Children, Youth, and Families on this investigation. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Portsmouth police hope for new information 35 years after woman killed. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Priority is not the safety and welfare of the patients at New Hampshire Hospital. For months, we've tried to warn her that they didn't have adequate staffing to take care of those patients. As to the layoff of up to 460 people, if Maggie Hassan knew about it, she's corrupt. If she didn't know about it, she's inept. Maggie Hassan puts politics over people.
The body of 23-year-old Laura Kempton was discovered on September 28, 1981, in her Chapel Street apartment after a night out with friends. A year later, 19-year-old Tammy Little was found in her apartment on Maplewood Avenue. Both were students at Portsmouth Beauty School, well liked in the downtown scene, both slain in eerily similar circumstances.
I can tell you it was blunt force trauma, and it was a rage. I mean, they were brutally harmed.
These two were the worst crimes that I have been involved with in my career. And they stayed with me to this day.
Bill Mortimer, now nearly 89, was head of detectives at the time. 35 years later, both cases remain unsolved.
I used to go to bed at night, wake up out of a sound sleep, thinking about it, thinking if I covered everything, is there anything we missed, anything else we should do?
Hundreds of people have been interviewed and re-interviewed over the years, the list getting shorter. The case still active. Today's lead detective credits detailed crime scene work at the time and advances in forensic science for getting them closer than ever to a killer they believe is responsible for both.
It's really given us the ability with new modern day forensic techniques to do a lot of new things with this evidence that we originally thought was no longer viable or degraded evidence.
There's still a $20,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Police are hoping the anniversary prompts information that might finally bring closure to the victims' families. In Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Court strikes down New Hampshire law banning ballot selfies. A New Hampshire law banning voters from taking pictures of their completed ballots was struck down Wednesday by Federal Appeals Court. The First Circuit Court of Appeals said the law violated First Amendment and prevented voters from engaging in free speech. The law banned voters from sharing pictures of their completed ballots on Facebook and other social media sites. Violating the law carried a penalty of fines up to $1,000. The law took effect in October of 2014 and was part of an older statute aimed at preventing voter intimidation in buying votes. Supporters said some concerning a voter might require that the voter upload a picture of the completed ballot as proof. The American Civil Liberties Union of New Hampshire sued the state on behalf of 3 New Hampshire voters. The court ruled that the law was too broad because it restricted the speech rights of all voters. It also said that the state hadn't shown that existing laws weren't adequate to address the problem. Bernie Sanders hints at putting ongoing pressure on Hillary Clinton over banking issues. In an interview with ABC News today, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders did not expectantly say that he had confidence in Hillary Clinton, should she win the White House, to put in place tough regulations on large banks or specifically clean up Wells Fargo after their recent scandal. Sketchy OPEC deal puts floor under oil prices. A reported agreement by OPEC to work toward a production cut could put a floor under oil and points to the strain low curb prices have had on producers, including the largest export, Saudi Arabia. South Carolina school shooting, 2 children, 1 teacher wounded, suspect's father dead. Let's take a listen to the video from CNN.
The Sheriff's Department and the Coroner's Office is doing an active investigation at this time in reference to a homicide of Jeffrey DeWatt Osborne. He is 47 years old, and he lives at 150 Osborne Road. This is about 2 miles from the school. 911 received a call from his family a short time after the incident at Townville, and when officers arrived, they found Mr. Osborne deceased. He died from a gunshot wound, and we believe at this time that it is connected to the incident at Townville. There is a relationship between the victim and the shooter. This appears to be the victim's son, who is a minor.
Around 1:45 this afternoon, we got a call of an active shooter. Deputies were on the scene within 7 minutes, and I believe we did have the shooter in custody before 2 o'clock. So it was a rapid response, and we were able to contain the subject. Right now, we know that 2 of the students were both males, white males. The teacher was a white female. The shooter is a juvenile. He's a white male. There's no racial undertones there. There's no terrorism involved. We feel confident that we have the sole shooter.
There you go on that report. Now time for your weather. Let's take a look at your radar right now. Here's a live look on radar right now. As you see on radar, we have a few clouds and a few little sprinkles of showers on radar for this evening. Now let's take a look at your weather on our weather system. Your weather on our weather system. Your wind speed peak is 2 miles per hour. Average is 1. Current is 2 from northwest. Your temperature is 48 degrees. Humidity is 93%. Dew point is 46 degrees. Your forecast is partly cloudy and your pressure is 30.18. Now let's take a look at your next 7-day forecast. Here's a look at your next 7-day forecast. And that does it for your 8 p.m. news and weather. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Good night, everyone. Bye.